Good afternoon and welcome to Incentive Concepts Live. Andy Hudson, your host and Director of Marketing for Incentive Concepts. Very glad you are joining us today. Hopefully, you're having a wonderful day so far. And hopefully, you have all your shopping done for Christmas. Only 13 days until Christmas, believe it or not. I got to admit, I still have a lot of shopping to do myself, but plenty of time to do it from my perspective. But say hello in the chat. Let us know where you're joining us from. Maybe you can tell us about your holiday plans or anything else that's on your mind, and we'll feature some of those as we go along. Looks like Kevin Hagan, the one and only, is joining us, saying hello, everyone. Hello, Kevin. Glad you're joining us. Kevin's in St. Louis right now. So, Kevin, glad to have you here. You can buy me lunch tomorrow, brother. Episode 98 of IC Live, Beyond the Diamond, Unlocking the Rawlings Experience. And we've got a really amazing broadcast today. I think you're going to have a lot of fun. But before we start, we went ahead and celebrated holidays a little bit earlier here at Incentive Concepts than before. And let's look at a few pics from our holiday party that was last Friday right now. Our President Joe Reinberg there celebrating with everyone. We got a couple other pics. Let's just scroll through them real fast. A lot of teammates, fantastic. We had a great time, such a fun event, a great way to relax. Look at those ugly Christmas sweaters. Those are fantastic. And shout out to Shelby Anderson, Brennan Clayton, and Brian Revolta for their years of service awards that were handed out at the event. So it's just a fun time, way to celebrate, relax, unwind with the teammates during the holiday season. Bobby Susetta joining from the one and only Las Vegas. Bobby, good to see you. Dave Kedzie, our good friend. Hey, everyone. Good to see you guys. So keep chatting. We love it. We are a strong company because of all of the wonderful brand partnerships we have. And we have added some amazing new brands in the past year or so. And we'll be learning about one of those brands here during this episode. And as usual, we'll be featuring some of our viewer RSVP comments. And we will have a drawing. So make sure to stay tuned all the way till the end of the episode. With that, I do want to look at some of our viewer comments. We asked people, what is your favorite baseball or softball player, team, stadium, memory, whatever? And we received some amazing submissions. So let's start out with our longtime viewer, Kim Tepley. And she likes having fun with the family. We're cheering on her Minnesota Twins. Kim, hopefully you're watching. Good to see you. And then Ryan Mensch from Brand Fuel. This is kind of a long one, but he's a diehard Braves fan. And his dad and he have a tradition of driving down from North Carolina to go to opening day. But they were able to attend Game 4 in Atlanta for the World Series back in 2021. And he'll never be able to forget being able to do that with his dad. And that's what baseball is all about, really, is spending time with your family. So thank you, Ryan, for that great comment. Brett Harper, our own Incentive Concepts teammate, one of his favorite memory was getting to see home runs 67 through 70 by Mark McGwire back in 1998. Brett, thanks for sharing that. That was an amazing time here in St. Louis. Oh, my gosh. And then Jeff Kierton from Keystone Incentives, the Mets winning the World Series in 86. Jeff, how are the Mets doing since then, my friend? How many World Series have they won since then? I'm just joking. Dean Theophanis agrees with you, Jeff. His favorite team is the New York Mets. So Dean Theophanis, love that. And Billy Reese's favorite player is Ozzie Smith. So fantastic. One more featured comment, and this is another long one, but Brian Little from Halo, who watches a lot of our episodes, he has this great memory of Maglio Ordonez from the Detroit Tigers, hitting that amazing shot back in the to win the ALCS and complete the sweep back in 2006, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. From the Detroit Tigers. So, Brian, thank you so much for that memory. We love it. Okay, let's bring on our first guests and learn about Jeff Kierton. Jeff Kierton says, shh, Andy. All right, Jeff, no problem. I had to chirp you there for the Mets, but love you, brother. No problem. Let's bring on our first guest and learn about their favorite baseball memories. Please welcome from our amazing sales team, Mark Brickler, and from Rawlings Sporting Goods, Key Account Sales Manager Roman Bormet. Good to see you guys. How are we doing today?
Doing well, Andy. How are you?
Super.
Wonderful. All right. Mark, I'm going to start with you. You've been IC Live guest before, but can you give everyone a quick introduction and maybe mention your favorite baseball memory?
Absolutely. So my name is Mark Brickler. I am the Southeast Territory Sales Manager here at Incentive Concepts. And I have been with Incentive Concepts it'll be 3 years in February. Happy to be here. Favorite baseball memory? I'll say recently, my wife got a chance to throw out a first pitch at a Cardinals game this past summer as part of work we did with the charity. That was great.
Wow, that must have been a thrill. Good for her. Her name's Emily Brickler, by the way. Did she get to keep a ball or anything from that, or?
She did. She got a signed ball that she got to take home with her as well.
That's awesome. Roman, coming over to you. You're kind of new to the Incentive Concepts extended family. Can you give people a quick self-intro?
Sure. We're super excited to be part of the family now. You guys are obviously great company, great people to work with. I am the strategic account manager. I've been with Rawlings for 30 plus years and currently based in Texas.
Wonderful. Well, we're glad to have you. Now, what about your favorite baseball memory? You've got a lot of baseball in history in your family, but you got a favorite one, or?
Probably the best one for me was when my son was playing in the Texas State Championship, his senior year. They're playing the national anthem. The players are all out on the field, and it was the last game of the last day of everything in the state of Texas athletics, and they had a chance to win a national championship. And when they play the national anthem, it's a pretty poignant moment. So that was my favorite moment.
Wow, that must have been amazing to see your son at the top level of his amateur sports at that time. But I'm sure baseball's played a big part in your family. Any other things to share, Roman? Maybe a little bit about your history in baseball, or?
Got a chance to play a little college ball myself, but yeah, and started with Rawlings right after that. So yeah, baseball, since I can ever remember, has been part of my daily routine pretty much.
Right. Well, let's give a little elevator pitch on Rawlings. Tell us a little bit about the brand and maybe quickly about the brand's history and its main product categories.
Sure. Well, again, Rawlings is baseball. We are the market leader in baseball, from MLB to the Little Leagues. We're the official ball of major leagues, official helmet, official base. So we our baseball and softball too, we're market leaders in that with our Easton brand. But when it comes to baseball, people think of Rawlings as being the market leader, which we are worldwide.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. It's a great brand, very recognizable. Mark, what was your impressions of Rawlings when you heard the news that we were going to bring them on?
Absolutely excited to bring on the brand. Obviously, Rawlings is a household name and brand image is recognizable, known for the connection with baseball. And, I'm excited. I'm always excited to bring in a brand that has the kind of history and recognition that Rawlings does, and a huge variety of products too that can fit into all of the work that we do.
Yeah, for sure. Let's look at a few other chats here. We featured Ryan Mensch earlier, so he's tuning in. He says, "Go Braves." Ryan, thanks for tuning in. Brian Little, who we also featured, he's tuning in. He's obviously a Tigers fan with that comment. Brett Sanborn, who is also from Michigan, likes the Tigers. So, Brett, good to see you. And then Jim Coretti from Magic Chef. He's got a great sense of humor. Checking in from Chicago, and we've got Wrigley Field. Yay. And Jim, we love Wrigley Field, even though we're down here in St. Louis. It's a great rivalry, but thanks for tuning in, Jim. Now, listen, Rawlings is located right here in St. Louis, which makes it a little bit unique because we're able to just go right down the street. It's literally just like 2 miles from our office here, which is fantastic. It's in an area called Westport here in St. Louis. But we were able to take a tour of the Rawlings experience a few weeks ago, or maybe about 10 days ago. And thanks to Morgan Ripper, she's the brand marketing manager with Rawlings. Several of our IC teammates went over there for a quick tour. And it's located right next to the Rawlings HQ. But let's take a look at this video clip of our tour from the Rawlings experience. Roll the clip right now. Oh man, that was so cool. Mark, that was your first time at the experience during that tour. What'd you think of the experience there?
It is almost overwhelming. It is absolutely incredible. And I would say whether you're like a super baseball fan or a casual viewer, it's definitely a spot to stop in on if you're in town.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And Morgan, who I mentioned, is tuning in. Let's look at her comment right now. She's checking in from her trip to Oklahoma right now. Great background, Roman, by the way. She must have helped you with that. But Morgan, thank you so much for your team's help with that awesome video. And special shout out to her and also Chris Claycamp, the videographer. But Rawlings, what do you think? Or Rawlings, Roman, I called you Rawlings.
Okay, I'll take
Maybe you
it.
should change your name. Roman, what do you think of that cool video clip?
No, well, first of all, Morgan has been great with this whole process of kind of unloading us with IC. So that she's been super. The new, for those of you that do come to St. Louis and stop in your offices, really make it a point to go over there, spend 30 minutes, spend an hour. If you like baseball little or a lot, they've done a fantastic job of incorporating our corporate offices are in that same building. But then the Rawlings experience has done a wonderful job of kind of incorporating the history of baseball along with the retail store. So you get a little bit of both. It's first class, and we're really proud of it. And we've had 2 or 3 different meetings with you guys already over there. And it's a fun place to be.
It sure is, and you can take some cuts in the batting cages too, which makes it even more fun, right? Love it. Let's look at a few more comments that came in when people RSVP'd. Samantha Blunk from Criterion B. She grew up in Nebraska, and every summer they'd go to Kansas City to see the Royals play, and it always involved the game. Now, as an adult, she and her husband have started the tradition too. I love hearing these traditional comments. I mean, it's all about family, all about traditions. Love it. Nikki Sweeney from PIP Printing. She's got a recent favorite. It's Freddie Freeman hitting the grand slam in the bottom of the 10th. What an amazing event that was, Nikki. Roman, I got to ask you, what were you doing that night when you saw that grand slam just only about a month ago, I think?
Yeah, no, that was, I mean, I'm getting goosebumps right now. I'm old enough to remember when Kirk Gibson did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I can remember exactly where I was when he did that for the Dodgers 30 some years ago. So, yeah, it was brought back some longtime memories.
Yeah. Jim Coretti just asked a question in the chat. He was on wondering if the Rawlings experience is open to the public. Absolutely, Jim. It's like a retail store, but also has all sorts of historical pieces and exhibits. So come on down to St. Louis, Jim. You can say hi to us. We'll take you over there. Around the office, they're joking around here, Roman, that I've been going over there every week to get out of the office for a little bit.
Well, you stop at the train wreck on the way. So
that's yeah. There's a little bar and grill at the train wreck where we have a soda pop or two, right? Let's look at a few more comments that came in. Gary Warren from Fayetteville State University. His favorite memories involve his daughter's travel softball team, friendships, and families. Gary, fantastic. My daughter played softball herself. One of our favorite times was going to games with her and her teammates. Cheryl Brown from Quantum Creative. She spent hours of time watching the one and only Nolan Ryan and some of the best times as a kid watching the minors, Richmond Brave Stadium. Nothing like it. And then Dion Horn with Pinnacle Promotion, winning his first collegiate start. So I got to ask you here, Roman, that's got to be a thrill because you played at a relatively high level, right?
I did get to play a little college ball, but I can tell you as a pitcher, especially at that level, I mean, it's kind of like being the quarterback. All eyes are on you. So to be able to get your win, your first time out, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah. Mark, any of these recent comments resonate with you at all?
I absolutely, the callbacks to thinking about family. I have a 6-year-old son. He just started playing baseball. So we're in the memory making mode. So it's just neat to see and hear about people's experiences. It's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you guys are going to step aside for a few minutes and you're going to come back on in just a little bit, but we're going to shift gears again here. We already watched that great event recap from our tour of the Rawlings experience. But thanks to Roman, who was in town a little early this month, he was also able to give some of our leadership team a behind the scenes look at the HQ offices, which are their main kind of corporate offices, global global facility and product development spaces. So thanks again to Morgan Ripper and Chris Claycamp with Rawlings. We've got another little video to watch. So let's watch this HQ tour clip right now. Let's roll the clip. Another amazing clip, such a cool behind the scenes look at the Rawlings offices. And in that clip, you'll notice our president and CEO, Joe Reinberg, with the chief marketing officer, Mike Thompson, showing him the gold glove rather. So with that, let's bring both of those guys on now. So we got Joe Reinberg and Mike Thompson. Good to see you both. Mike, I'm going to start with you. Thanks so much for having us over the other day, but can you give people a quick self intro and your role with Rawlings?
Yeah, for sure. First of all, thanks for having me. Great opportunity, and look forward to really evolving this partnership. I'm a longtime Rawlings employee, been here longer than most people exist at a company, but I'm the current chief marketing officer of the company. It's a wonderful company, and that's the reason I've stayed so long. Many opportunities to leave, but if you're a baseball fan, if you're a fan of the sport, there's no better place to work than at Rawlings. So, and that's been my MO. I've been a fan my entire life. So, sort of a dream job right out of college, and here I am since. So great to be with you guys.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Mike. What did you think of that video that we just watched, Mike?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. We've been in this building now just a little over a year, and it was a labor of love putting all the pieces together for this building. And when you're a company that's been around since 1887 in the sport of baseball, you got lots of history to offer. And so we tried to bring some of those pieces of history to life in our building. And it's a cool place to be.
Yeah, for sure. Joe, you were part of the video. What did you think of the video, and what did you think of the HQ when we were over there?
I thought it was excellent, even though I think I'm in that video way too much. It was a blast. The whole experience and getting to go through their offices, they've been great to work with so far. Really excited about the partnership.
Yeah, and it's so great that they're right here in our backyard. How does that kind of differentiate things for us?
Oh yeah, having them here in St. Louis with such a rich baseball history, it's only fitting that Rawlings be here. But having them right down the street from the office, it's just outstanding. I've been over there several times, taking my son over there who just started playing t-ball. But a lot of good food options over there as well that you should check out if you're in town.
Yeah, for sure. And it's an open invitation for anybody watching. Come on to St. Louis. We'll take you to the Rawlings experience. I think Joe just said he'll take you out to lunch. Is that what you're offering?
Absolutely. I'm in.
Can I come with you?
We'll see.
Okay. But what does it mean for us to be able to partner with a brand like Rawlings, Joe?
It's very exciting. Just growing up using Rawlings products, it's brought back a lot of good memories. And, as they said, Rawlings is baseball. And it's St. Louis. We've got so many good memories with our Cardinals and me just growing up playing that I couldn't be more excited. I wish we would have done it sooner.
Yeah, for sure. Now, Mike, you were a recent inductee into the National Sporting Goods Association Hall of Fame, which is fantastic. And it had a lot to do with your work, obviously with Rawlings, but with support for youth programs, amateur programs like Little League, Babe Ruth, Pony Baseball, and many others. I mean, what does that mean to you and the fact that you can kind of be connected to amateur and youth sports?
Well, you never really start off a career thinking you're going to end up in the Hall of Fame. That's for sure. I don't think any baseball player thinks that either. But as things evolve and been here long enough, that the brand has really enabled me to develop deep-rooted relationships throughout the sport, and that can be amateur baseball from all the youth organizations like Pony, Little League, Ripken, Babe Ruth, all of them, right through to all levels of MLB, with clubs, with the executives at MLB. So it's really a testament to how strong the brand is and what it means inside the sport. Roman mentioned earlier, we're a baseball first company, 24/7. We eat, sleep, drink. We wake up thinking baseball because that's who we are. So it's a natural to be connected into the sport in a very deep manner. And I've been blessed to be around long enough to where somebody thought I might have done something right along the way.
Well, you definitely did something right along the way, especially to get that awesome recognition for the Hall of Fame. But, we provide, Incentive Concepts provide merchandise for corporate gifts and rewards. And now that Rawlings is in this channel through Incentive Concept, the relationship with Incentive Concept, what does that mean, Mike, that people can now redeem for Rawlings products, or maybe even companies can gift Rawlings products to their employees?
Yeah. How cool is that? Right. This is a space we've always wanted to participate in. And years ago, I want to say, go back 10, 15 years, we were in this space. I was running sales and we had a division that did this. But it's so refreshing to be back in it. And it's even better now that we have some products that are in high demand in the marketplace. If you're a kid playing baseball, we've got the hottest bats in the business right now, between the Rawlings and the Easton brand. Our gloves are second to none. So if you want a premier glove, it's the place to be. And then we've got a lot of customization items, right? If for corporate gifts, there's just a lot to be garnered here with the brand. And if you're any kind of baseball fan at all, it'd be pretty cool if you're in a business environment, you just want your name on a glove to be your name placard on your desk or a name on your bat. We've got it. If you want to take care of your kids, if they're medium level players or they're really high level players, we've got it all. We've got it all. So it's cool. I'm glad to be in this space. It's going to be fun to build this partnership together.
Yeah, and it is early on with the partnership. It does take a little while, but so far we've had great response, which is fantastic.
Exactly.
Jim Coretti was featured earlier just in a viewer comment, but he also submitted an RSVP comment. So let's look at that one right now. His memory with baseball was his first Rawlings glove was a Boog Powell first baseman's mitt, the oddest shaped glove on the field because of the catcher, but he liked it because he could be anchored to first base, an infield job that required the least movement and limited skill. Mike, does the Boog Powell glove mean anything to you? That I didn't recognize that, but
well, before I get into that, let me just say the limited skill part. When I was coaching little guys, you put the guy at first that could catch the ball. So, you had to have a little bit of skill to play that position. No, in terms of Boog Powell, he's not the first name I think of when I think of those great Oriole teams back 60s, 70s, but what a character he was, big guy, 6'3", 6'4", power hitting first baseman. That's how I think of him, a character in baseball. He now has, as you guys probably know, he has Boog's, the rib kiosk, the rib restaurant there at Camden Yards. So his legacy continues. But Boog Powell was an endorsee of Rawlings, and many other of those great Orioles on that team. I think of like Brooks Robinson, right? One of the all-time greats, played alongside Boog. So it's funny you mention it. There's been so many great players over the history in Rawlings, but Boog isn't one that would come to mind first, but hey, I love it.
Well, listen, Joe, he mentioned a rib restaurant, Camden Yard. I think we have to road trip.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay. Let's look at a few others that came in. John Keith from Sync Marketing Group, from Performa, spent a lot of nights at Land and Fulton County Stadium watching Dale Murphy. And then we got Lindsay Beam seeing the last Braves game in Atlanta Stadium with her dad. That's fantastic. Hey, Lindsay and John, maybe you've been to the same games before. But Joe, catching a Major League Baseball game with your family is kind of probably the top of the list, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. I remember my dad taking us to games growing up at Old Bush Stadium too, watching Ozzie Smith and Willie McGee and then Big Mac, and now being able to do that with my own kids. It's special. But my all-time favorite was 2011 World Series, Game 6, Cards versus Rangers. I was there with my brother Mike, my sister Kristen, and our mom. And, you know, twice we were down to our last strike. And Lance Berkman got the hit. Then later on, David Freese got the triple that tied it up. And then he ended up with the walk-off home run. I think maybe one of the best sporting experiences I've ever been to. And I was there with my family.
Yeah, that was fantastic. I was lucky to see the clincher in 2006 against the Detroit Tigers, and it's a first class experience. Let's look at our featured viewers' comments now, and we get a lot of great comments here. We can't feature all of them, but Sherry Ribordi from Triad Solutions, she thinks there's no place like Wrigley Field, and she was raised a suffering Cubs fan until 2016, and her grandfather was one of the original bleacher bums, but fantastic, a wonderful memory there, amazing and fun memories, nothing like the atmosphere, and good reason it was named one of the happiest places in the world. Sherry, we're Cardinals fans here in St. Louis, but Wrigley is fantastic. Thank you for that comment. We have another featured viewer comment here. That's from Lynn Smith. Alex A-Rod fist bumped her at a minor league game in Tacoma's Cheney Stadium. Wow. So that had to be a thrill. But Lynn and Sherry, we have a little gift for you for your comments being featured. It's a really cool Rawlings pad folio made out of the Rawlings leather, thanks to Rawlings. And we'll be gifting that to you pretty quick. But let's bring back on Roman and Mark right now, because we are going to shift gears again. And Mike and Joe, you guys can kind of step aside. We'll bring you back on at the end here. But Roman, any of those comments that we just featured resonate, or anything you want to add?
I mean, Wrigley Field, I'm a Cubs fan. Sorry to all you St. Louis folks. But I grew up in Illinois, small town kid. WGN every afternoon. I'd come home, watch the game, but then I had my 50th birthday with 6 of my best friends at Wrigley Field. So, I mean, yes, that your comment just before that from, I believe, I forget who it was, but yes, she commented on Wrigley, and me too.
Yep, that's Sherry, and she's watching. She said it's a great rivalry. She put that in the comments right now. So Sherry, congratulations. And like I said, we do have a gift for you. But Mark, anything that resonate from those comments from you?
Just talking about, the stadium, Cubs aside, being the happiest place in the world. It's just such an experience to bring my kids. I've been to quite a few Cardinals games with my 6 and 9-year-old, and it's just a powerful experience and a memorable one too. So yeah,
it is. Love it. Now, we typically try to keep these about 30 minutes, Roman, but we are going to go over a few minutes. Hopefully that's okay, because I want to make sure that we take an overview of the products that are in our lineup. So let's go ahead and share some pictures real quick. Roman, just in like 2 minutes, let's talk about the bats that we're featuring here. Okay.
Sure. As Mike had mentioned earlier, these are our USA hype bats, and we've got USSSA, which is travel ball. USA is Little League. These are the hottest bats in the market right now. They're number one in both USSSA and USA. It's our hype fire bats, which you guys are currently carrying.
Yeah, I love that bat. And this one's kind of unique because it's got some artificial intelligence AI technology. Or
there you go, our Clout AI. The barrel design is done by AI. What that's allowed us to do is just push forward new product faster, so we don't have to create the bat each time. The computer does it with the AI. This is for our high school model. It's one of the top rated bats out there right now in the high school and college ranks.
Yeah, and just to make everybody aware, we are carrying these, for immediate shipment and delivery. One more bat that we want to kind of feature here, and this one's really cool looking. I love the kind of camo thing, the icon.
Yeah, this is the Rawlings brand. Again, we also offer this in our U-Trip and our USA models, which you guys are carrying. It's a composite bat, and it's actually right up there with the Hype Fire. We have the number 1 and number 2 bats in this space between the travel ball and the Little League. So like Mike had said, it is exciting times in our offices.
Yeah. And how often do people upgrade their bats when you're like a 10 to 15-year-old or something?
Typically it's once a year because kids will grow, and the bats need to grow with the kids. So it's about once a year is a fair um, statement to say that they'll change out their bats.
Okay, cool. Mark, any observations about our bat lineup so far? Or?
I just appreciate there's a huge diversity of styles and price points. Hype Fire and Ghost have been our best sellers out of the gate, and it's just a great lineup.
Yeah, it is for sure. And we are going to look at the Ghost here in a second, but let's shift over to gloves. Roman, this is the Sandlot series?
Yeah, this is kind of what I would call a dad glove. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're looking for a glove to play catch with your kid, this series would be great. Again, it's kind of a mid-level price point.
And then the Heart of the Hide is a very well-known series, right?
Yeah, it's kind of our iconic series. This is a major league quality glove. Most of our major league players use a Heart of the Hide series glove, so it's the highest quality leather, and it's for a high school or above kid typically.
Yeah, and then pro preferred. How many? Do you have an idea of like what percentage of baseball major leaguers use Rawlings gloves? Or
Yeah, it's well over 50%, almost 60% of players in the major leagues use a Rawlings glove, which is more than all the others combined. So
Mhm.
like I'd mentioned before, and Mike had mentioned, we're number one in this space by far.
Cool. Let's stop sharing right now because we do have a really cool one more video clip to share, and then we're going to wrap it up. So let's go ahead and share that video right now from Rawlings about all of the awesome players using Rawlings. Roll the clip right now.
Heard you looking for a hero. Well, look up. Yeah, I got the heart of a champion. If I get knocked down, I get back up. I got the heart of a champion. If I get knocked down.
Very cool. Love that video. Roman, can you name every single one of those players? Or
Pretty much. I mean, that's my job. So yeah.
Okay. Mark,
Yeah, no, as you can tell, I mean, those are the lead, we've done a great job, especially Mike's team done a great job we try to get those top line guys, and those are the guys that we put out there. So we're really proud of that.
Yeah. Mark, any favorites from that list? Do you recognize any of them? Or
You know what? It moved pretty quick. I might have to hit you when we post on LinkedIn, but I think I saw a couple Cardinals.
yeah, for sure. Let's go back to the slides, and then Roman, we're going to speed this up a little bit. But Mark talked about the popularity of the Ghost for softball. This is a super popular bat, and the technology of these softball bats is just unbelievable these days.
It is, yeah. This is our Ghost series. We've got several different models within the Ghost series. We've got 70% market share of the fast pitch bats, and the Ghost is the leader. It's our two-piece composite, and again, it's used at the highest levels and top-rated bat out there.
And then we also have some gloves for fast pitch players.
Again, we've tried to offer several different. This is again our top-end Liberty series, which has been around for a while. But again, it's a higher-end softball, fast pitch. When I say softball, this is specific to fast pitch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that too. Mark, backpacks, these have become pretty popular just in the early stages, haven't they?
Absolutely. Backpacks are moving well. Again, lots of options from both Rawlings and Easton. My son has a Easton bag, a walk-off.
Cool. And then there's a Rawlings backpack here, Roman. It's a little more premium, I would say, or
they're both, the bags you're showing are premium. We did try to offer a couple different price points. At this time, we just have a few of the colors available that we're offering.
Very cool. Very cool. Now, Mark, this is kind of unique and interesting. Tell us about what we're looking at here.
So we're looking at a bat with custom engraving. This is something that is special, works well as an employee gift, a reward for a level of service they deliver to a company, a great gift for a VIP client. Obviously, you see here there's some customization options available. and just a memento that lasts a lifetime and something unique and special.
And John Smith must be the number one dad out there. He beat all three of us, right? Roman, last thing to kind of highlight here is we are offering some gift cards. Can you tell us kind of why we're doing this? Or
Yeah, I thought that this actually might be one of your leading products, and I guess we'll see that. We offer 5,000 different products, so this is kind of the catch-all for your customer. If they're if they really know baseball, or if they've got a child or grandkid and they want something specific, we're offering different denominations in this card so that they can go directly to our website and buy a different color, different size, specific model. This is kind of a catch-all.
very cool. Yeah, and that comes in denominations from $50 up to $500 with several different increments there. We can stop sharing now, but I do want to mention, and hopefully people haven't dropped off, we are going to give away a bat today, and I've got a bat here with this cool IMEX logo on it. But if you go over to incentiveconcepts.com/bat, and we can put that in the chat, you can enter for one of these cool bats, and we'll put your name and company name on it. So make sure to enter for that. Very cool. We used this one for the IMEX show, and it got really good feedback there. But let's bring Mike and Joe back on, because we are going to wrap up here quick. But Mike and Joe, thanks for coming back. Mike, any observations about our product lineup or anything else you want to add before we wrap up?
I think you picked winners. I mean, obviously, right? You picked the high-performing winners. We know they perform. There are winners as well. So they should transfer right seamlessly, right? Good choices on all of them.
Yeah, for sure. And Joe, that gift card that Roman mentioned would probably be good for, people to select what they want in specific colors or sizes or dimensions, or left-handed, right-handed, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. Perfect for our industry. They've got such a great selection, as he mentioned, 5,000 different products. That way they can go on, get exactly what they want. I wish I would have had one when I was getting my son's Hype Fire bat. So, yeah, great product.
Well, we can always swing back over there and get another one if need be. But remember, folks, incentiveconcepts.com/bat. We did have a bunch of other comments we wanted to feature, but we are running short on time, so we're going to kind of cut it short here. But Mark, thanks so much for joining us. Any closing thoughts before we wrap up?
Oh, just thanks for having me. I'm really looking forward to the partnership and to see what these products and the brand can do in our programs. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah. And Joe, can't forget about the holidays. What did I say? 13 days until Christmas, or
13, and I haven't started my shopping, but yeah, so I'll probably head over to the Rawlings experience, I guess. But no, Andy, thanks for having me. Great job as always. And Mike and Roman, thanks so much for joining us. We're very excited about the partnership, and just everybody tuning in. If you're in town in the area, we'll take you over there. But other than that, just Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. And Roman, kind of wrapping up with you here. We're going to be exhibiting at the PPI Expo next month, and I hear you're going to be joining us.
Two quick comments. One is that our assortment, we are going to start to expand with you guys more and more. Again, we kind of narrowed it just to get started, but we're going to have a lot more product offering for you guys, which will be great. We're in the process of doing that. Can't wait to meet you guys, the rest of your clients out in Vegas. I'm looking forward to learning about your business and how we can help support it, because there's a lot of great things that we have to offer.
Yeah. And one of our favorite people in the Incentive Concepts family, Billy, she commented, home run of an episode. She had to put that home run reference in there. I think we hit it out of the park, guys. I really do. Sorry. Dad joke. But guys, thank you so much for joining. This is fantastic. I know we ran a little over, folks, but head over to incentiveconcepts.com/bat to enter for that bat, and we'll draw a winner for that. We did post earlier today some last-minute holiday gift ideas on our social channel, so check that out. And then our next episode is going to be our first episode of 2025. It'll be our 99th episode, believe it or not. We're calling it Premium Brands in Action. And Roman, we're going to do a recap of the PPI Expo, and we're also going to do a recap of the ASI show in Orlando, which Mark is attending. So make sure to tune in for that on January 23rd. incentiveconcepts.com/live. Again, Mike, Joe, Mark, Roman, thank you guys so very, very much. Happy holidays, everyone. Safe and healthy New Year. and we'll see you next year. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.